So Joey's doing a overhead press. Primary muscle mover is the deltoids, and the secondary muscle is the triceps. He has a neutral spine. His shoulders are protracted. Position of bar straight over his head. Elbows to ears. Looking good. So now Joey's doing a push press. It's the same muscle movements as the overhead press. The main muscle mover is the deltoids, and the second muscle mover is the triceps. Although he is now dipping and driving with his legs, activating the short stretch cycle in his legs, using his glutes, his hamstrings, and his squats. Still wants to bring that bar straight over his head, elbows to ears. So now Joey's doing overhead squat. So he's going to start with wide grip. He's going to dip and drive it over his head. He's going to maintain the bar over his head, elbows to ears. He's going to squat. Primary muscle mover being the gluteus maximus, secondary being the quadriceps. He's going to maintain the bar over his head, form a squat. I'm going to try to keep his knees behind his feet as he goes down. His butt engaged, his core engaged. Breathing on the way up, breathing in on the way down. So Joey's now doing chin-ups. The primary muscle mover is the latissimus dorsi, and the secondary is the biceps brachii. He wants to keep his core engaged. He wants to go down for a full extension at the elbows, shoulder joint, come all the way up. His chin past the bar.
Flat on the floor.
So now Joey's doing the lat pull down. He wants to make sure his legs are locked into the pads and his feet are planted on the ground. He wants to grab the bar at least at the bend or as wide as comfortable. The primary muscle mover is the latissimus dorsi, and the secondary is the tricep brachii. He wants to pull the bar right down to his chest, in the front of his body, not behind his neck. Breathing on the way down and breathing out on the way down, and in on the way up.
Alright, so now Matt's going to perform the bench press. Major muscles being used in this as pectoralis major with the assist of the biceps. Make sure that his back's flat on the bench with 3 points of contact at his head, shoulders, and bum. Feet are firmly planted on the floor, and make sure his arms doesn't extend into a protracted position as he goes to the top of his lift. Cues for breathing are inhale as he lowers it, exhale as he presses the bar away. Now Matt's performing the incline bench. Here the pectoralis minor being used more than the major. Still assisted with the triceps. Here he shows he has 3 points of contact with his body. His head, shoulders are meeting, and the bum is touching the back of the bench. Feet are securely planted on the floor. And the same breathing pattern, inhales as he joins and exhales as he pushes the weight away. And Matt's going to perform a push-up. The major muscle group is the pectoralis major, assisted with the triceps. Key cues for this are to keep your spine in a neutral position without popping that bum. Your hands at a shoulder height and not up by your head. And you want to make sure that your head stays in one position and that you're not using it to create momentum as you go up and down. Matt is going to perform tricep dips. Main muscle mover being the tricep, and secondary being the lats and the delts. Here he wants to ensure he keeps his core engaged the whole time, making sure he gets full extension of the shoulder joints and the elbow joint. And here we have Matt performing the pec deck. As you see, when he gets on it, you want to grab one handle at a time to prevent injury. Wants to keep his feet flat on the floor, pointing straight ahead, with his bum and his back making contact with the back of the seat rest. He wants to ensure that his elbows don't come past his ears when extending his shoulders. And he wants to breathe, exhaling as he brings his hands together and inhaling as he allows the weight to dissipate. Primary muscle mover is the pectoralis major.
So now Joey's going to do bend over rows. So he's going to bend only at the hips, hinging at the hips. He wants to get as horizontal to the floor as he can with his torso. He's going to pull the cryojacket towards himself in a rolling motion, keeping his elbows close to his sides. Primary muscle mover is latissimus dorsi, and the secondary is the biceps. He wants to keep his core engaged, neutral spine.
Here we have Matt performing a low cable row or seated row. Cues to the position are to make sure there's a soft knee bend to the knee. His feet are firmly placed against the platform. He wants to ensure that he keeps his back into a neutral position, his shoulders retracted and depressed, and he doesn't want to let them protract as he goes forward. His cues to his breathing are exhaling as the weight's going away from his body, inhaling as he's pulling it towards. Primary muscle movers are the latissimus dorsi and the bicep brachia.